You can't stay here.
I thought you'd be glad to see me.
That is completely irrelevant. Those marshals said you could be killed.
Well, it's their job to be alarmist. Keeps them employed.
You're going to ignore their advice?
Basically, yeah. I left the witness protection program.
Matt, you cannot possibly think this is a good idea.
They got what they wanted from me, Ellen. My testimony. The rest of my life is my business.
You may not have a life for very long if you don't leave Port Charles.
I tried. I tried to get psyched for another fresh start, and I just couldn't do it.
Why not?
I realized I couldn't imagine my life without you.
Hey.
I'm so tired.
I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
No, you've been sitting in that hard old chair for hours.
You know, I'll have you know that this stool is so comfortable. I ordered a dozen for the lighthouse.
Oh, I told you not to do that. Don't make me laugh at her.
The antidote?
It's right here.
We're sorry it took so long.
You hear that? We're ready.
Well, there's no time like the present, huh? There are a few things we need to discuss first.
Well, can't we talk about it later? Right now we're just wasting time.
Kevin, Lucy, the antidote is made up of an unusual combination of chemicals, and we're not sure of the proper dosage yet.
Yeah, the incorrect dosage could be catastrophic, possibly lethal.
Can't you calibrate the dosage?
There isn't time.
Look, we need to stop this poison now before it causes irreversible damage.
You just told me that the antidote isn't safe.
Well, they did what they could in what little time they had.
And without it, you're looking at organ failure and respiratory arrest.
With it, at least you have a chance. What kind of chance are we talking about? 50-50?
Not that good.
I can't believe this is our option.
We understand if you want to pass on this.
Doc, what do you think?
It's not my choice to make. It's yours.
Okay, Doc, I need you to give me your opinion. I promise you can send me a great big bill.
I think a small chance is better than none.
Okay, guys, you heard the man. You know, usually I really like to do my gambling at Luke's in the back room, but, I'm feeling lucky today, so bring on that antidote and bottoms up, huh?
Come on, Lucy, let's roll the dice. Today is your lucky day.
Could you guys give me a minute with Scott, Kevin?
Of course.
Scott?
I'm sorry I got you into this mess.
You, Scott Bowen, have gotten me into a lot of messes. But this isn't one of them.
I should have protected you. I should have.
No, you listen to me. If the worst happens, you know why I did this. To protect Serena. And it was worth it. Do you understand that?
I was a fool. I should never have kept her away from you all these years. That was wrong.
Ancient history, pal. It's all right now. I just need you to know I love you. And tell Serena I love her too. Okay?
Yeah. She loves you like crazy. She misses you, and I'm gonna bring her around as soon as you're feeling better. Okay?
Okay, I look forward to it.
You know how I feel about you. Okay. Bye-bye. See you later.
You know, taking action sure is better than just sitting around waiting for one of those silly machines to go off, huh?
You're the most brave woman I've ever met in my life.
It's just 'cause you're here. Now, do you know how very much I love you?
I've grown to count on it.
And remember, you have made me so happy. Happier than I ever thought was possible.
Don't even think about saying goodbye, Lucy. We're not done yet. Not by a long shot.
Would you just let me get this in, please? I need to say this. Now, I have had a lot of relationships, as you know. And even the men that I married. I don't think they really knew me or even liked me. I think they were probably embarrassed by me. But you loved me anyway, and you accepted me for who I am. And I love you for that.
It's because loving you was the easiest, most right thing I've ever done.
Okay, it's still my turn. You are so loyal, and so kind, and so good. And you know, a few years ago, you probably would have been too good. But now, I know that all I ever wanted was good and kind.
Lucy, you are all I ever want. You're everything I searched for my whole life. And I love you. I will always love you, no matter what.
And I will always love you. You remember that, okay? And if the worst happens, do not go to that dark place. Do you hear me? I want you to let the people who love us to help you through it. Do you promise me that?
I promise.
Good. Okay, you tell those... You tell them I'm ready.
Okay.
Tom.
We don't have that type of relationship.
Oh, yeah, I noticed that when you rushed into my arms right now.
I was glad to see that you were still alive.
Oh,
And you can't possibly risk your life over that.
we could have so much, Ellen, if you just opened up to it. Do you remember the way you felt when you thought you'd never see me again?
Matt, you cannot build a relationship on a kiss.
It's a start.
No, it is not. It was supposed to be an ending. Now, if I've led you on, I'm sorry.
I have run from these people all my life. I've given up my family, more friends than I can count. I'm not going to give up my career, Ellen. I have worked too hard.
So you'll give up your life instead?
Not without a fight. They're going to have to take it from me.
So is that what you intend to do? Just wait for the next attempt?
Well, I don't have a plan yet. I'm going to go check into a hotel and figure one out.
Well, I don't think that is wise. You're too easy to spot.
I can't go back to the recovery room, can I?
You could stay here.
Put you in danger?
All right, why don't we just be logical for a moment? You go to a hotel, they'll ask you for a credit card. Any activity on your account could be traced.
When you're right, you're right. Okay, I accept. Thank you.
Not at all.
Can you do something else for me?
Probably.
I left my address book in my apartment. I don't want that information getting into the wrong hands. They could track me through my friends.
Just give me the keys. I'll go right now.
Actually, no, I don't want you to go alone. I want you to drive me over there.
No, you stay here.
Absolutely not.
Look, it is not unusual for me to go to the recovery room for dinner. I'm always there.
All right then. It'll be in my desk drawer. Thanks. Be careful.
Always.
Yeah, I've noticed.
I'm just going to inject this medication into your IV port. Are you ready?
I just need to let all of you know how grateful I am for everything you've done. I know how very hard you tried. So I want you to remember, if the worst happens, please don't blame yourself. I really appreciate everything you did.
Well, let's not dwell on the negative, all right?
Okay, Karen? I'm ready.
Okay. Here we go.
So, now what?
Now we wait.
Matt, are you in there?
He's not home, but you're welcome to wait if you like.
You didn't hear he left town?
What?
He didn't tell you.
No?
Mike, he has a lease with you, right?
Yes.
This is definitely weird. I mean, Matt is way too responsible to just run out without settling his affairs.
No, wait a minute. If you knew that he was gone, then why are you looking for him here?
I was hoping that Dr. Burgess was mistaken. I thought maybe I could catch him.
Well, what exactly did Dr. Burgess tell you?
She said that he was taking an indefinite leave of absence and to say goodbye to all his friends.
Well, that sounds like he needed to go someplace.
No, it doesn't make sense. Ellen, there's something really wrong here.
What is it?
Well, Matt didn't say anything to Mike about leaving town.
I gather it was all rather sudden.
Well, I'm sure that if, he'll fill us in once he gets the chance.
And he's gone.
Well, you know, I just came to pick up dinner, not solve a mystery. Mike, could I get the chicken special to go?
Sure, coming right up.
Thank you.
I don't get you. I thought you cared about him.
I care about all the interns.
Doesn't it worry you that he left his intern shift? I mean, something major is going on.
He was fine when I last saw him. I wouldn't go getting hysterical.
Since when is feeling concerned being hysterical?
Look, Grace, I trust Matt to make the appropriate choices for himself. And I think if he wanted us to know his business, we would.
Well, that may satisfy your conscience, not mine.
What's wrong?
What's happening?
Her breathing's getting shallow.
Let me see.
What's happening here?
She's in respiratory arrest.
Lucy, don't do this to me.
Crash cart in ICUA.
Karen, what's going on?
She stopped breathing.
Call respiratory, we'll tube her.
Kevin, we can't.
Just get the ET tray, we'll intubate her.
But she signed a DNR.
Karen, you either help me or get out of my way.
Kevin, she doesn't want us to
I don't
intubate
care
her.
what paper she signed. I'm not going to let her die right
She
in front of
doesn't
me.
want us to stop it. Kevin,
Kevin, what are you doing?
Do it myself.
What are you doing?
Get away from me! Help him! Help him!
Okay, I'll help. Have the bag ready. Here we go.
All right. Give me crack pressure.
Here, is that enough?
I see the cards.
Here, I've got the bag ready.
Saturation level still falling.
Forgetting something?
Like what?
Your dinner.
I'm sorry, don't mind me. I'm just tired.
That's all.
Yeah.
Did you find what you were looking for in Matt's room?
Yeah, I left my electronic organizer in there when I was treating Matt.
How did you get in?
The door was unlocked. I just helped myself. Now it's okay.
Right. Listen. Whatever's going on here is clearly none of my business, but you and Matt should know that if you need help and an extra set of hands, I'm here. No questions asked.
Thank you.
Wait a minute now. Look, I'm not just being polite, but I get the distinct impression that this situation, whatever it is, could be harmful to one's health.
Mike, I really have to go.
Fine. But you tell Matt that I'm available if he needs someone else to watch his back.
Oh, chicken dinner.
She just looks like she's sleeping.
She's completely non-responsive.
But she's gonna get better, right? I mean, she is gonna get better.
We hope so.
Karen, thanks for your help. I haven't had aim debate since med school.
You did a good job.
I wish I could believe that.
Come on. What was the option? You weren't gonna let her die.
I gave her my word.
What do you mean?
The DNR. She expressly told me that she did not want to be kept alive by a machine. One thing she asked me not to do, I've done.
You did it because you love her.
In the most selfish way.
I would have done the same thing, Kevin. I would have done the exact same thing.
I feel so guilty.
Come on, and I forced you to do it.
The antidote may have accelerated her decline.
No, don't blame yourself. Like Scott said, you did the best you could in the time that you had.
Maybe I caused this.
You don't know that. How is she?
She went into respiratory arrest.
Sorry, afraid I have some more bad news.
What could be worse?
The initial tests that we did on the lab rats indicated that the antidote worked. However, the rats are dying off one by one.
Oh, God. Of what?
Respiratory failure.
Joe, what have we done?
If only we had more time.
No. No! There's a world of difference in the physiology between a rat and a human. I heard she crashed. Well, she's alive, and she's gonna make it.
I know how hard this must be for you, Dr. Collins. But as a professional, surely you must be aware of the legal implications of ignoring a DNR. I saved her life against her expressed wishes.
Well, she was barely coherent at the time.
I'm sorry. This is completely unethical. Miss Coe will have to be removed from life support at once.
You even breathe on one of those machines, and I will rip you apart.
Every time I hear a door unlock, I get nervous. Maybe you feel the same way about seeing a half-naked man in your apartment, huh?
Got your address book.
Thanks. What's in the bag?
Clean clothes. I thought you could use a few things.
Yeah, that was thoughtful.
This is Ellen Burgess. Leave a message after the tone.
Ellen, this is Grace. Listen, I'm sorry for what I said at the recovery room. It's just that I really think Matt is in some kind of trouble. Could you call me back ASAP? Thanks.
Well, it doesn't sound like Grace is going to let you slip quietly into the night.
Until we know the effects of the antidote, there's nothing to talk about.
I'm not going to say that you shouldn't have intubated her, Dr. Collins. We both know that that was wrong.
No, not giving her a fighting chance is wrong.
I understand. This is the most difficult decision a loved one can make. And that's why she didn't ask you to make it. She made this decision herself. She signed a DNR order.
Well, she didn't know about the possible effects of the antidote when she signed it. Now, did she?
She's on life support against her wishes. DNRs and advance directives exist to protect the wishes of the patient. They can't just be disregarded. Miss Coe signed a legal document saying she did not want to be kept alive if she stopped breathing.
Don't patronize me. I know what the procedures are.
Now listen, Lucy was not in the right mind when she signed this thing.
That's right. The effects of the poison may have affected her cognitive skills. She could have been delirious, actually.
Dr. Wexler, don't you have other patients?
Yes, I do.
We'll address your role in this later.
Yes, sir.
Look, I am not inhuman. I understand your dilemma. I can't say what I would do if this happened to someone that I love.
You'd do exactly what I did.
Maybe. But as a doctor, I have to follow the rules of this hospital. And more important, I have a responsibility to this patient. You must understand that.
Oh, I do. I just don't care.
I have to do my job. Miss Coe will have to be removed from life support.
Hospital isn't going to do anything until they see me in court.
Mr. Baldwin.
Now, as her attorney, you are not taking her off that machine. That's all there is to it.
As I said, family members respond this way when faced with letting their loved ones die. Well, if I could bring her out of this coma, I mean, if there was the slightest possibility that I could find a way to revive her, I would be standing with you.
Yes, I understand. There's a chance that the antidote may have accelerated her respiratory failure. But there's also a chance that the antidote, given time, may actually reverse the effects of the toxin.
You have no evidence that that may happen. And Miss Coe left her instructions.
I know what her instructions were. And yes, I love that woman. And yes, I'm violating her last wish. Like I said, sue me! But I have to give her this last chance. I owe her that much.
You are prolonging her suffering. She wanted to be spared the indignity that you're putting her through right now. I'm sorry to say this, but you should be thinking of her. About saying your goodbyes, not thinking of yourself. This issue is not closed.
We're not giving up.
See? See, please just come back to me. Scott, do you think we're fooling ourselves?
No, we're not.
She didn't want to spend the rest of her life with a tube in her mouth while we hold some stupid visual.
We don't know if she's gonna wake up. We just don't know.
Yeah, but we just bought ourselves some time here. We gotta give the antidote a chance to work.
We don't even know if it's gonna work.
I think it's gonna work. I'm taking my chances here because I believe it, and you better believe it.
I know.
Besides, what are they gonna do? They want to make a media out of this? A big circus? Then fine. We'll go that way. So be it.
You really think we're doing the right thing?
I don't think that we have any other choice, Kevin.
I need some time with her, Scott.
All right.
Lucy, please forgive me. But I just can't let you go.
She's not waking up.
She will.
Boardman was just in there. He wants to enforce the DNR. I told him that I would take them to court.
What did he say?
He said that they would fight and they would win. And he's right.
Scott, I have seen miracles happen in this hospital every day. And I don't care if you believe in God or if you don't. But there is such a thing as faith. Kevin, yours, and every single person who has ever met Lucy her whole life has faith that she is going to walk out of this hospital.
Maybe I'm just reacting out of guilt there. You know, I asked for her help, and she just gave me her whole life.
Scott, you're not responsible for this.
Well, we joked about how I would throw her to the wolves to save Serena, and I threw her to Rex. I asked her to marry him. What was I thinking?
You were thinking the same thing that Lucy was thinking. That we were all thinking. That we had to save Serena. Lucy doesn't regret that.
Well, that's what she said, but...
But nothing. Okay, if you want to make her feel better, you stop blaming yourself. Lucy doesn't want that.
She's my best friend. I love her.
Then you go in there and you tell her that. You tell her how grateful you are and how much you need her. And I'll bet you $10 she'll come back just to say thank you.
No. I gotta do more than that. I'm the one that... I put her in there, all right? Do you think if I just go in there and whisper in her ear how much she means to me, it's gonna do any good?
It might help.
No, it's not, Eve. I've got to do something else.
Scott, listen to me. What more can you do?
What are you going to do?
I don't like my choices. I either go off on my own or I march back in the hospital as if nothing ever happened.
Well, whatever you decide, you'll be looking over your shoulder.
Well, I've done that my whole life. No, the question is, how much do I want to involve other people? Maybe it's a mistake staying here.
Well, there's no point in leaving now. I'm already involved.
Involved? It's a loaded word.
I never intended to start a relationship.
I believe that. A relationship got started anyway, though, didn't it?
We can unstart it, can't we?
I'd rather not try. Are you sure that's what you want?
Oh, I'll get it.
Oh, I'll get it,
I'll
honey.
get all the
Okay. Hello?
Gayle?
Oh, Scotty, we were just getting ready to go to school. Any change?
No, I don't know if there's gonna be any.
What did the doctor say?
Well, they want to take her off the life support system, but we're fighting that. Gayle, let me just tell you what I've been thinking here.
I'm listening.
Well, Serena never knew her real mother, and Lucy's been as close to a mother as she's ever had.
I know they both feel the same way.
I don't want Lucy to die. But if she does, and Serena doesn't get to see her,
Scotty, do you want me to bring Serena to the hospital?
Gayle, I know that this sounds a little weird, but something is telling me that Lucy, She needs this. She really needs this. I mean, Serena and Lucy are bound together by some... I mean, I don't quite understand it myself, but I know that it's real.
We're on our way.
Okay.
I guess you're not a man who gives up easily.
The first time they moved me, I was 19. In love for the first time in my life. Whatever that means, at 19.
It can mean a lot.
They wouldn't even allow me to tell her I was leaving. Worst pain I felt leaving someone until now.
Ellen? Ellen, it's Ray.
Answer it. I'm not here.
Hi, I'm sorry to disturb you so early. Did you get my message?
Yeah, I got in late. I didn't want to wake you.
You wouldn't have. I have been up all night. I think we should try to find Matt.
Something's wrong, Daddy.
Do you remember when I told you that Lucy wasn't feeling well?
Yes? Grandma said she was here.
Yeah. Yeah, she is. That's why I wanted you to come down here.
Does Lucy need me?
She needs you very much right now.
She won't die, will she?
I don't want her to do. Nobody wants her to die.
I want to help.
That's what I want you to do. You know what? The best part of Lucy's life has been.
What?
You. She told me that. She told me that.
This morning before it got light outside, I could still see Mommy's star. And I asked her to make Lucy feel better.
That was good. That was good that you did that. Do you want to see her?
Yes.
Okay. I want to say one thing, all right? She's sleeping, and because she's sick, she doesn't look the way that she always looks, you know, dressed up and everything. She's got these tubes that are in her mouth so that she can breathe and all that stuff.
I'm not afraid.
I know you're not. Even though she's in there sleeping right now, she can hear you. She can hear everything that you say.
I can talk to her?
You can say anything you want to her, anything, and I think that would be really good medicine for her. So, you ready?
I'm ready.
Hi, Serena. She'll be very happy to have you here. Thank you.
You're welcome. She doesn't look so sick.
You think?
All she is just sleeping.
You know she can hear you. Would you like to say something to her?
Yes.
Okay.
I've been feeding Sigmund and his whole entire family while you've been gone. And when you wake up, I'm gonna take you shopping. I saved all my allowance. I love you, Lucy. Can I give her a kiss?
Of course you can give her a kiss.
Oh.
Please don't die, Lucy. Please. I need you so bad. Please don't die. She's really tired. We should let her rest now.
Okay.
That's why she's sleeping so much.
Yeah.
Did you, tell her a little secret?
Mm-hmm. A secret to make her feel better. Do I have to go to school? I want to be here when Lucy wakes up.
I'm going out of my mind.
No, listen, it's no bother, but as I said at the recovery room, I haven't heard from Matt.
Okay, now why are you so sure that nothing's happened to him?
Well, because when he said goodbye, he was fine.
Oh, I don't know. I have this feeling it's not like Matt to disappear.
Maybe he's planning on coming back soon.
No, he wouldn't have just left on his own without telling me goodbye. He and I have gotten pretty close.
I know.
We saw a lot of each other leading up to the holidays. We were ready to take the next step. Or at least I thought we were.
Well, it's obvious you're not going to wait to hear from him. What do you plan to do?
Well, that's why I came here. I thought maybe you could help. Now, I've already been to see Detective Garcia. But he was...
You went to the police?
Well, of course, I didn't know what else to do. Now, Detective Garcia said he couldn't help me, but he did agree to speak to you.
Me? Why?
Because you saw Matt last.
Look, Matt wouldn't want that. You are just overreacting.
Overreacting? I am worried about him. Now, too many things have happened. I would think that you'd be a little concerned.
Yes, I am concerned. But Matt is a grown man, and whatever decisions he makes are his alone.
So you're not going to help me?
There is nothing that I can do.
Fine. If you want to help me, I'll find him myself.
Good luck.
Sorry to have disturbed you. This belongs to Matt.
What are you talking about?
Oh, this is Matt's address book. Where did you get it? Look, either he's here or you know where he is. Now, which one is it? Answer me.
Serena, you don't have to go to school, but, maybe Grandma Gayle will take you down to the cafeteria for an apple and, some hot chocolate.
Oh, that sounds like an excellent idea.
No, thank you, Daddy. I think everybody needs to stay here to make Lucy feel better.
Well, then, I will bring the hot chocolate to you. How about that?
How are you, Dr. Baldwin?
Well, we are all very well, Dr. Gordon.
Dr. Baldwin, I understand
Listen,
the family's feeling.
Can we step outside?
Mr. Baldwin.
Please, don't you think that's a good idea?
All right, now look, you're not going to pull the plug, so just get out of here.
Surely, Dr. Boardman, there must be something you can do. I mean, from my understanding, the antidote has barely been given a chance to work.
An antidote concocted by a group of first-year interns with basic knowledge of biochemistry. No one knows what we're dealing with here.
So what? So what? If there's a 1 in a million chance, she deserves it.
I am bound by medical ethics and my responsibilities as a doctor to do what a patient requests. Lucy Coe did not want to be resuscitated, but that's exactly what we've done. And now we're taking extraordinary measures to preserve the kind of life that she didn't even want.
We're trying to save her life here.
This discussion is moot. You told me I needed a court order. I have a court order.
Go get another one and another one, then call the cops, all right? And then I'm going to stage a one-man riot in this hospital because you are not going to kill Lucy.
Scotty.
Lucy's gonna die?
Come here. No. I'm doing everything I can to make sure that doesn't happen.
But why does he want to kill Lucy?
No, he doesn't want to do that. We're just trying to figure out what's best for her. Will you do me a favor? Will you go back in there and spend some time with Lucy in there? Okay?
Come on, sweetheart. I'll take you in there.
Dr. Baldwin, 5068, Dr. Gayle Baldwin.
I have to answer that, but I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay? You go ahead and go in.
Mr. Baldwin, why are you so unwilling to adhere to Miss Coe's wishes? I thought she was your friend.
She is my friend, and she can't speak for herself right now.
She has an advance directive, which essentially says that she doesn't want you to interfere.
Let me just tell you something. You're crazy. If you think I'm gonna let you go in there and pull that plug on her...
You have no say in this. I have a court order. Ripping it up does not invalidate it.
I don't care if the Supreme Court marches in there one by one. No one is taking her off that ventilator.
Please don't fight. I want you going like Mommy did. I want you to stay with us. Please.
Is Matt here? Is he hiding from me? I don't understand. I have been so worried about you, and now I find you here? I suppose this would all make sense if we were in junior high school. Look, whatever it is, please, just tell me. No more lies. Do me a favor. While you're explaining all this to me, try not to use phrases like it's not what you think and this has nothing to do with you.
I haven't been hiding from you, but I have been hiding.
Why?
I've been in the witness protection program since I was a teenager.
So you're saying that you're one of those people that testify at some gangling trial and then disappear off the face of the earth? You went to med school, you became a doctor, you came to Port Charles.
It's all part of the program.
Have you known this all along?
No, I found out while treating Matt after the bomb exploded.
Bomb? Was it an accident in a garage?
When I went out of town, I was in Philadelphia, testifying against a member of the Mancusi organization. Somehow they found out where I was staying.
They tried to kill you.
It's not the first time.
You weren't paralyzed in a skiing accident, were you?
No. I was shot in the back.
When Matt left the hospital so suddenly, it was because he'd found a note in his locker that said they'd found him.
Now may I use phrases like, it's not what you think, and this has nothing to do with you?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just, I thought, well, you know what I thought. I'm so glad to see you.
Suppose I allow the ventilator to stay in place. What's next? When I come into the hospital tomorrow, are you going to have her hooked up to a heart-lung dialysis?
Exactly. If we have to, yes.
She's trying to talk, but no words are coming out.
Who is?
Lucy.
Lucy? Lucy?
She's starting to breathe on her own. I'm going to wean you off this ventilator. Now, you give me any indication if you have difficulty breathing. Good. I think we can have that tube out of your throat in no time. Welcome back.
diagnosed the Brady girl with epiglottitis. Now, how'd you know it wasn't just the croup?
Well, it's cold outside today. Normal case of the croup would have responded to the cool air, but the infant's drooling and odd coloring were so pronounced that I knew something was wrong.
That was a good catch. Your quick thinking might have just saved that little girl's life. At least it stopped her condition from progressing, and I am impressed.
Well, thank you. Coming from you, that's quite a compliment.
Dr. May, Dr. Ramsey, the kid in 432 is having respiratory distress. We need you right away.
You know, you gave them all quite a scare.
Oh. Well, how am I?
So far, so good. Now, we're going to continue to monitor your progress. How do you feel?
My throat, it really hurts.
Well, that's because of the ventilator. Now, it's going to be a little scratchy for the next couple of days.
Hi, it's too early for visitors. Come in. Hi. Wow. You realize, of course, you saved my life. How can I ever thank you?
You don't have to. We're just so happy that you're okay.
Scanlon and Wexler. Excellent job.
Thank you, sir. But it wasn't just us. All the interns worked very hard.
Could you please thank them for me?
We will, but I have to tell you, Karen here deserves most of the credit. I mean, she's the one who came up with the proper dosage.
I'm just so relieved. No, I will never, ever forget what you did for me, ever.
And I will never, ever forget what you did for Scott and Serena.
I think I'm really getting addicted to having such wonderful friends.
Listen, there'll be plenty of time to talk later on.
So there we were in the back of a windowless, bulletproof van on our way out of town. And I said, I don't want to do this anymore.
You can do that?
Well, they tried to convince me not to, but they can't force you. It's a voluntary program. And eventually they brought me back here.
So what now? You certainly can't spend the rest of your life in Ellen's apartment.
Well, you certainly can't go back to the hospital either. Not after finding that note.
Well, I've been giving that a lot of thought. I don't believe the Mancuzis are the ones threatening me.
How can you think they don't know where you are if you got a note saying I found you?
It's not the Mancusi way to send warnings, Grace. Nobody warned me before they shot me in the back. And there wasn't some cryptic note on the hotel room tray saying, I hope you like the salad, before the bomb went off.
So who left the note?
I don't know. But if the Mancusis had found me, they would have left something a lot more lethal than a note in my locker.
I can't imagine what it must have felt like to find a note like that.
I wasn't sure I'd make it out of the hospital alive. So I did everything I was trained to do. I just dropped everything and left, intending never to look back.
What changed your mind?
Well, I decided I didn't want to give up on being a doctor until I had all the facts. It's not the Mancusis, but there's something going on here, and I'm going to find out what it is.
Well, you did very well in there. You're able to stay calm and focused during a crisis. That's an essential trait in a doctor.
Well, kids are already so scared. I just try to remain calm for them. Littlest patients seem to need that the most.
I feel the same way. Chris, I'm going to be honest with you. I read all the evaluations of you interns before you started the rotation. Relax. Now, I find myself wondering why Dr. Devlin and I are in such disagreement over your abilities as a doctor.
Well, Dr. Devlin has a personal grudge against me.
Do you know why?
I have no idea, but it's almost as if he were deliberately trying to knock me out of the running for the Quartermain residency.
I see. Well, maintain the level of work that you exhibited to me today, and you might just earn my vote for that award.
I cannot believe how quickly she is recovering.
Listen to me. You did this. You saved them.
No, we did this. Isn't that amazing? I mean, that lab work was so exhilarating, wasn't it?
Oh, you mean reading those dry texts and working and reworking those formulas that let us know where?
Yes!
Yes, because we knew that any moment we could crack this whole thing wide open. We could find the answer.
I mean, you were able to narrow that field down to that one plant family, and by the time Scott got there with the ingredients, we were already on our way.
Well, what if I was wrong? What if I was wrong after we worked so hard? I guessed the wrong thing.
You weren't wrong, and you didn't just guess. You applied what you learned over the last 2 weeks, that's all.
I did, didn't I? Yeah. We've got to celebrate this.
Well, I know just the thing. Let's see, we've both been up for over 36 hours. We're exhausted. I suggest long periods of uninterrupted sack time.
Sack time, huh? You know, you got the right location, but you have got the wrong activity. You and me in bed for periods of long, uninterrupted activity, but we're not going to be sleeping.
Eve, congratulations.
On what?
I heard the ad hoc poison control team saved Lucy.
Yeah, she's recovering nicely. I'm glad that's over with. Now we can all go back to being ourselves.
I don't know, Eve. I mean, I saw some of those photos from the modeling shoot, and I think maybe you missed your calling.
No, thank you. I'm just very happy to be going back to being the plain old, brilliant doctor that I am.
Well, I'm looking forward to getting back to just one shift a day.
Oh, you are so full of it. You loved pulling double shifts, and you know it because it gave you that much more opportunity to kiss butt. You think that with Matt gone on this mysterious leave of absence, it means that you're that much closer to winning the Quartermain. In fact, you've been sucking up so hard to Dr. May that your cheeks are sunken in.
Dr. May happens to be a very perceptive and extremely influential member of this hospital staff, one who can appreciate a hard-working, exceptionally talented intern such as myself.
You think you've won the Quartermain already, don't you?
You don't presume to think you have a chance, do you?
Well, actually, the evaluation board seems to think that I do.
Well, would you care to put a small side wager on that? I don't know, say something.
Oh my gosh, Matt, you're back. Hey, we thought you were gone for good.
Yeah, no such luck.
Oh.
Hey, good to see you.
Yeah.
So what happened?
Well, the simple version is that I just wasn't ready to come back to work. My recent accident was a lot more serious than I was willing to admit. It gave me a lot to think about.
See, Chris, I told you he wasn't in Bermuda.
Yeah, I know you guys all had to work really hard while I was gone. First when I got injured, and then when I suddenly took off. I'm very sorry.
What are friends for?
You already proved that to me, Chris. You probably saved my life. Gave me the chance to come back here and be a doctor. That's all I really wanted to do. I won't forget that. Anyway, enough of this. I have a ton of work to do to make up for all the work you guys did while I was missing in action. So there is one patient in particular I'm anxious to see. See you later.
Bye.
See ya.
Did you hear that, Chris? He's gonna work even harder to make it up to us. Bye-bye, Quartermain residency. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Go away.
Bye-bye.
Joe Scanlon, you're exhausting.
Me, that was all you. I was just along for the ride.
Oh. You know, it was awful for Lucy to go through what she did, but I have to admit that research was really exciting. I'm sorry.
For what?
Well, here I am talking shop.
I'm not complaining at all.
Yeah, I know, but I should be, you know.
Telling me what a stud I am? You know, I think research is some kind of weird aphrodisiac for you.
Joe. Maybe. You know, the great thing about research, though, is that you can find an answer to something that no one else has. It's amazing. I want to do more of it.
You barely have time as it is.
I know. I'll find time.
I do have to admit that the side benefits are kind of nice.
You like that?
Mm-hmm.
You think so?
Let me try a little experiment here. Hold on. Most poisonous plants contain biologically active quaternary ammonium salts.
Oh, Joe, you don't say.
Choline and acetylcholine are involved in the transmission of nerve impulses
Oh, Joe.
along the synaptic.
Oh, don't stop.
I am never going to let you go, Miss Lucy Coe.
I heard that, you know.
Oh.
Hey, where's Scott and Serena?
Well, Dr. Boardman felt, and for once this week I agreed with him, that it would be best if everyone left so you could get some rest.
I am so very, very sorry for everything I've put you through. You tried and tried and tried to tell me, but I wouldn't listen. I guess I'm just so darn stubborn.
Well, what you call stubborn, I call passionate.
But all my passion seems to just keep getting me in trouble.
Yes, that's true. But it's also that same passion that saved Serena. And it's that passion that I fell so madly, deeply in love with.
Well, I could try just being a little less passionate, huh?
Don't you dare. I want you just the way you are.
You've got me forever and always.
Good. So what do you say, Lucy? Why don't we just pick a date, tell the world, and get married?
Hey.
Dr. Cheerleader returns. Thought you bailed on this place.
Oh, I just had to take care of some business. I'm back, though. Hey, congratulations is in order here. You had your first rehab session. How'd that go?
It sucked. And I could barely do anything. I'm a freaking weakling.
Yeah, you're right. But hey, Keith, that'll change.
Were you like me at first?
Everybody is. Conditioning your upper body to manage your lower body, it's tough. But no doubt about it, it's not impossible. Someday you're going to be big and strong like me.
Something to look forward to. So you're not taking off again, are you?